Shalom Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua by Hashem Rakakdash. They belong to the apostles and else great millstone for teaching us his truth, peace, and blessings to the whole people of Israel. Yahweh is the name of the Heavenly Father in Hebrew, by Hashem is the name, and Yahweh Shai is the name of the begotten Son. Background lesson, and today going to be going to another MOTB update, and we are seeing various steps being taken towards implementation of this beast system, which is going to be ran through this Karagman, this MOTB, which is the RFID C-HIP. We're also seeing things dealing with the Neuralink, which is the mark in the forehead. As you also have right here, the Neo brain C-HIP. So you also have these other nations also pushing these things, working on these things. But this is what's coming. And we're warning you to spend for Yahweh Shemel Shah to stay far away from it, as we did back in the year 2020, dealing with the juice, the concoction that they cooked up. We warned you to stay away from that, but you had people that went up and took it. So if you failed the pop quiz, imagine when the test is now in play. Because dealing with in 2020, that is the lockdowns in place, and people are wanting to go out and be so-called living it up, go out and do the things they used to do. But you see, that came at a price. You need to have a certain something. As very senior, you need to have a certain something to go out and be able to live a so-called normal life. But it says, become superhuman or get left behind. So you have people seeing the benefits in receiving these things, that you'll be able to pretty much become a superhuman. You'll be connected with technology, able to control things just with the thoughts of your brain. Listen to music within your brain. That's another thing Elon Musk has been pushing. And you see, Jake's all over that. So you have a lot of people that's going to be deceived and fall for these things. And why do you especially think the Lord can bestow spiritual power upon his elect in his last days? The Lord's going to level the playing field, man. You look at everything this devil has, super soldiers, robots, and all these various things. Robotic suits of armor. Iron Man like suits of armor is what I usually say. But as become superhuman or get left behind, millions of Chinese line up to become cyborgs as CCP launches Neo Brain C-HIP. The Chinese Communist Party has officially kicked off the age of the cyborg, while Elon Musk's Neuralink continues navigating regulatory hurdles in the U.S. China has surged ahead of the launch of Neo, the world's first commercially approved brain-computer interface implant. So theirs is already approved over there. And according to the reports flooding in from China, millions of citizens are already queuing up to get wired directly into the beast system. Hey, there you go. But as you said right there, millions of citizens are lining up. It's going to be a sight to see in these last days, man, when you have people lining up to take this thing, because that's what you are getting ready to see, blocks on end. People are going to be, ready to take this thing. They're going to be incentivizing it, just as they did back, in 2020, dealing with the juice. And that was once none but an example of what the devil's really getting ready to do. I remember when they were trying to push for people to take it. There was a $70 incentive. You get free $75 and yours, $70, to take it. This is officially version 1 of the coin-sized implant developed by Shanghai-based. I'm gonna just read these last two things right here and now into these scriptures. This is a neurological technology in partnership with Tsinghua, if I'm saying that correctly, University. Researchers is designed to enhance the nervous system of patients suffering from spinal cord injuries and paralysis. And these are the promises that these devils, especially over in America, you saw them. Those that are paralyzed, be able to walk in. Those that are blind, be able to see. And he goes into the intricacies of it, connecting the, I forgot exactly what they call it. But, connecting the things, in the brain together. As you all seen right here, it says designed to enhance the nervous system of patients suffering from spinal cord injuries and paralysis. It sits on top of the brain, protective membrane to matter, using 8 senses to read signals and help restore hand and arm function. And people that have missing limbs, that have these robotic arms, or, where they're able to kind of move it. They have to move a particular way in order to get it to do what it wants. Like you move certain ways and close the hand, open the hand. Now imagine with this, you're able to fully control that robotic arm as if it was your normal one. So you're gonna have people be deceived, tempted into taking these things and fall for these miracles that this devil is gonna be performing on the left hand side. So allowing users to control robotic gloves or external devices through the thought alone. So there you go. I didn't even read this yet. But the clinical trials reportedly showed promising results with dozens of patients. But let's be real, when has the CCP ever stopped at helping the disabled? So obviously it's going to be used for various other means. Especially speaking of Esau Edom. He's not doing this for the benefit of humanity. That's some of these people can't wrap around themselves or wrap their head around. There's Revelation 13:16, and he called the both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in the right hand or in their forehead. So that word mark in the Greek goes into the word charagma, which goes into the word etch, scratch, which is a physical mark, as well as right here, or in their foreheads. And I see a lot of things dealing with the Neuralink, as you all see right here with the Neo brain implant. And that no man might buy or sell, if he that had the mark on the name, beast, or the number of his name, very soon you won't be able to buy nor sell without it. You won't be able to live a so-called normal life without it. This is why you're going to have a lot of people's hands be forced. A choice to have to be made coming to these last days, man. This is 2 Corinthians 2:11. The Satan should get vengeance, for we are not ignorant of his devices. So we ultimately see what this devil is playing at. Things this devil is doing, as you see in the various steps that's being taken towards the implementation of this beast system. The conditioning, how they're preparing you for it via these different apps like Amazon One. You're able to pay with the palm of your hand, and various other means that are pretty much prepared you. So when it's implemented, it's nothing new. You're used to it. And you're also seeing these things what they're doing over there in China. We just read a whole article dealing with it. This new brain implant, which they already have a bunch of authorizations to go ahead and do what they want to do. But Isaiah 10:1 says, woe unto them that decree righteous decrees, and that right grievance which they have prescribed. So go into these draconian, like laws. Dealing with these harsh restrictions, these mandates that you're soon getting ready to see. Curfews being held, checkpoints being held. I remember a while back, it was Thanksgiving, or what they call Thanksgiving today. But this was still, going around. They don't 2019. Had these checkpoints being held. You need to show proof of verification that you've been tested, that you are negative, for the 19 to be able to pretty much enter. So you'd imagine what more this devil's going to do. Like I said, that was nobody's trial run, an example of what he's really getting ready to do. Now he's touched up in a lot of things, ironed out the kinks, seeing how people reacted, and I guess what now it's going to be much worse. This is Revelation 14:9-10. This is dealing with the judgment, the consequences if you do receive this charagma. Whether it's this Neo brain implant, whether it's this Neuralink, the RFID chip, what's in the hand. Whatever the case may be, you will be destroyed. Especially, dealing with the, charagma, in the hand. Listen, the third and follow I'm saying with a loud voice, because that's also going to go, hand in hand with that, brain C-hip. And you already see, people already having, things, taken within the hand already. One girl called herself Chip Girl on TikTok. Remember, I was made various lessons going to her a while back, using it to, open her home door, car doors, various other things. Now imagine when this is required to jobs, that's going to be pretty much your ID now. So everything about you is all going to be within that charagma. About the jobs, because you see they all have these particular IDs to show that you work there. Well, that's going to be within your hand. Listen, third and follow them with the loud voice of man and worship the beast and his image. And how you do that, by the way, receiving this charagma. And receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand. So either hand you take and you will be destroyed. A lot of people that try to create a loophole, trying to get around the Heavenly Father. And what it says in my right hand in Revelation 13:16. Well, you see right here, or in his hand, either hand. And your right hand is just, your dominant hand. And then also there is mark on his forehead, and you see in various, people, pushing towards, the imitation of that brain C-hip. See with the Neuralink, you're seeing with the brain implant, which was read in that article. Other companies, following suit, creating similar things that of it already. Verse 10, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture in the cup of his indignation, and to be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the angels and in the presence of the Lamb. So you will be destroyed if you do receive this charagma, this MOTB. There are consequences to your actions. And you're going to have people that's going to say, I can listen to music with my brain. I can see holograms in front of me. I can do all these wonders. And reading that article saying that you'll be able to be superhuman. You're going to have people jumping at that, wanting to be, super powered. Right? The Lord doesn't show you true power in that day, man. This is Habakkuk 2:3. And it says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but then shall speak and not lie, though it tarry, wait for it, be sure to come, you will not tarry. So, hey, we're in these appointed times, man. A prophecy is speaking. Things are picking up faster than ever, as in Romans 13:11. Our salvation is nearer than we believe. This is a heavy, heavy end time prophecy, man. And we're seeing it pretty much being fast forwarded. Ezekiel 12:23. I'll read the King James and I'll get the other point in the translation. Tell them, therefore, thus saith the Lord power, I'll make this proverb to cease, and they shall no more use it as a proverb in Israel, but say unto them, the days are at hand, the effect of every vision. This is the NLT. Tell the people, this is what the sovereign Lord says, I'll put an end to this proverb, and you will soon stop quoting it. And why we're going to stop quoting it? Because it's going to be happening, it's going to be taking place. Soon the prophets will no longer be doing the talking, man. Prophecy will soon be speaking. And when I say speaking, playing out, taking place, unfolding. Now give them this new proverb to replace the old one. The time has come for every prophecy to be fulfilled, and we are in those coming times. And you've seen the various things this devil's doing over here, dealing with the Neuralink. I see what's dealing with Moab, pushing this Neo Brain C-hip, which probably put that in the title also. So, various steps being taken towards the implementation of this charagma, this beast system, which you're going to see heavily introduced everywhere. And which it's all going to be ran through that charagma, that RFID C-hip. We're telling you. And you're like, it's like camp still denying, what the MOTB is. Pushing that it's various other things, that it's sin itself, that it's Caesar Borgia, a bunch of bugged out nonsense. This is why they are quick to shun away from Revelation 13:16, especially during the 17th verse. They won't go into that buying and selling. How are you going to buy and sell with a spiritual mark? How are you going to buy and sell with sin? Make it make sense, because it don't. Especially speaking of IUIC, that famous quote by Bishop D. It's June. Ain't no microchips. Well, you're seeing it. Prophecy is speaking, man. But I just, I was making that point because be wary of these others like camps, man. And really should remember now who your true teachers are, starting with the apostles and else down over the great millstone. But that's it right there. The Lord's blessings edifying. Doom comes out, give all praise, honor, all glory to Yahweh, Shema, Shabbat, Shem, Dash, and Shalom. See you next one, Lord's will.